This is Harry Hobson, President and CEO of Plymouth Harbor.
And I'm Karen Novak, the Administrator for Strategic Health here at Plymouth Harbor as well.
Karen, as you know, we've expanded really our programming now. In fact, we're moving a bit beyond just reporting on COVID and moving into other areas of interest here at Plymouth Harbor. And I think in future episodes of the Harbor View, we're going to bring in some guests. We'll probably bring in some people from the community at large to talk about some items of interest, some of our trustees, and certainly our team members. And I'm excited that I've got a couple of residents already scheduled for future episodes to chat with them. Today, I know you're going to be pleased to talk about where we are with COVID, and then we've got a few frequently asked questions that we're going to share with everyone. So Karen, why don't you go ahead and talk about COVID?
It's always good to say we have no residents that are positive, nor do we have any team members that are positive. And again, we have nobody in observation. Our true 00 numbers are holding fast, and we're very, very thankful for that. We appreciate everybody's vaccinations and adhering still to wearing mask wearing out in the public.
Oh, absolutely. And Karen, you made reference to vaccinations. So let me just ask you, as of today, what percent of our team members have received the vaccine?
I'm happy to report that we have 68% of our team members here at Plymouth Harbor that are fully vaccinated. When I say fully vaccinated, that means that they have those double doses, if it's Pfizer or Moderna, that are 2 weeks out after that last dose. And if it's a J&J vaccine, it is 2 weeks after that initial dose. So we have 68% of our team members that are fully vaccinated. And that's really great considering the county of Sarasota has 50.4. So we're very happy with those numbers. We're not quite done yet though, Harry, are we?
No, we're not at all. In fact, I believe next week we're going to be sending a survey out to our team members. And we'll be asking 4 to 6 questions, and it's going to take probably less than 5 minutes for them to respond. But this survey is going to provide us with a bit more information as to why some team members are reluctant to receive the vaccine. Based on that input, Karen and I will bring team members together again in some small groups and see if we can't maybe relieve some of their anxiety about this. And hopefully they'll take a second look at the vaccine. It's our goal certainly to far exceed 70%. And I think education is going to be a big component of that.
Absolutely. When you take a look at the vaccine hesitancy across the United States, education plays a big part of really getting those numbers up to where they really need to be. And that's greater than that 70%.
Absolutely. So I'm looking forward to the survey results and then the action plan that'll follow that. So very good. Karen, we've got a few questions and responses here. So let me begin with some of these, and we'll kind of go back and forth on this. First of all, does Plymouth Harbor plan to conduct a resident satisfaction survey later this year? Well, the answer to that is yes. But we have engaged Holleran Consulting to once again partner with us to measure resident satisfaction levels really across campus. Now, this survey will be conducted in October, and residents will have the opportunity to either complete it online or in a hard copy. Holleran is really our industry's leading consultants in engaging residents and really team members in satisfaction surveys. It's just a great management tool, it really is. Now, we will also plan to conduct a team member survey in early 2022. I'm guessing it'll probably be late January at this point. So yes, we are going to be doing the resident satisfaction survey, and obviously we took a pause over the last really almost 2 years due to the pandemic.
You know, I remember doing our last one, Harry, and it really provided us with great insight, and we had some wonderful action plans that resulted from that survey.
Always appreciate residents and team member honesty, and that's the only way we're going to get better. So we look forward to the same kind of result this time. Another resident asked me, and I think it's a good question. He said, Harry, how you often refer to, quote, team member. How do you define this term in relation to Plymouth Harbor? Well, a team member, formally maybe referred to as employee or staff member of Plymouth Harbor, is defined as a person who is has hired with an array of responsibilities and duties, and they're expected to collaborate with others to accomplish those. Now, in my opinion, the primary difference that I use to distinguish employee versus team member, it comes via the word me versus us. And us just encourages teamwork. So that's really how we define that. And that's really all of our paid team members across the organization. So I think that's going to provide a little additional insight to people. Karen, we talked about the vaccination rate, and we're going to continue to work on that. Some residents have asked a question about the status of the private dining room. And first of all, that was an excellent and timely question, because we had a meeting about this earlier this past week, and we decided to hold off on our major remodeling of the private dining room probably for a couple of years, and instead, effective immediately, we're going to give the PDR, the private dining room, a freshening up, paint, carpet, wall covering, and some additional accessories. And the primary goal there is to bring it back online by the 4th of July so residents can enjoy some more private catering events. So I think people will be pleased with that. I know Dining Services is pleased to be able to offer that venue once again.
And stay tuned, probably in the dish coming soon will be some information as to how you can reserve that private dining room for your dinners or lunches. So know that it's coming.
Yeah, and that's a great reminder, and I appreciate that, Karen. In really a related question, and before I go to it, what I'm going to do is remind everyone that many of you already have this edition of the Splash dated June 11th, 2021. And this splash will provide, in some cases, a bit more detail to some of the responses to some of these questions. So let me just highlight the question, when do I see the tower lobby and mezzanine area being updated in appearance? Well, this is another important and project that's high on our list of improvements. We've had several communications over the past couple of weeks related to this item, and our team is currently focused on doing something sooner than later to address that first impression when someone enters our front doors and proceeds not only to the mezzanine level, but on to other areas of the tower. Next week, we're going to be getting together, our team member committee, and we'll be discussing a multi-phased approach. And that's going to include improvements that can be in place by this fall. More about what those will be and some timelines would fall under question 5 of the splash. And I think you'll find that interesting. And as I say, timetable, we've already started the ball rolling, and I will be giving everyone an update again by the end of July. But we're aware of it, and we're going to take some action to doing something again sooner than later. Another question, of course, that comes up is, when will valet parking open up? Unfortunately, and unrelated to COVID, we've decided to postpone restarting the valet parking until the window project is complete. What does that mean? In all likelihood, we won't put that back into effect until either the very end of December of this year or January. And it has a whole lot to do with the congestion, the logistics that would cause at our front entrance. Because if you've been on our campus, you can see all the scaffolding in place as we're doing and completing the window project on the tower. So for that reason, we really can't add more congestion to that area. On the other hand, George McGonigal and Jeff Decker, Jeff from Safety Services, they are taking additional steps to see how more frequently we can be shuttling people from their cars back to the main building upon re-entry. And then also in a more timely way, picking people up from our lobby and transporting them out to the parking lot. So, but as far as the full-blown valet parking, I wouldn't expect really to see that until very late 2021, but more likely 2022.
Harry, you mentioned July 4th just a few sentences ago, and we have something that we're really excited to share with you and remind you about. On July 1st, from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m., we're going to have a celebration out by the pool. It's an Independence Day celebration, and it's going to be hosted by the foundation. We're really looking forward to that. It is not going to be a full dinner. We're going to have drinks, plenty of drinks, so I'm sure that you're going to be very happy with that. We're going to have heavy hors d'oeuvres. So know that you can still order your supper if you would like to have that, but do so before 5 p.m. Get that order in so that you can have that supper up in your apartment. We're very excited to have this. We're very thankful for the foundation to sponsor this event, but please make sure that you do call Kim Law at 511 to make a reservation. It's going to be very, very patriotic. So don your proper attire. Never mind, don your mask. Put on those red, white, and blues and really show off and be excited because we are independent now and really looking forward to great times ahead of us.
It's going to be a great day. It really is. So I know we're all looking forward to it. So also, Karen, we get a question almost every week. So let's just go ahead as it comes up. We'll just keep responding to it, particularly if there's any revisions to it, because it's an important one. And that is, a resident says, I will be traveling out of the country and need a test. Can I get it done here?
You know, people are starting to travel overseas now and actually now starting the cruises. You can get your COVID testing here. I want to caution you to really check with your carriers to see if you need a PCR test or if a rapid test will do. The PCR test takes a couple of days, but we can do that here. And the rapid test, you'll have the results within that hour, and we'll bring you the piece of paper that will confirm your negative test, and you'll be able to take a copy of that with you so you could present that. But truly check with your carrier and really identify what type of test you're actually going to need. If it's going to be that PCR, sometimes it takes a couple of days, and a lot of times you only have 72 hours. So come to home care, let us know, or call me on the phone at 510 when you're going to depart so that we can arrange for an appropriate time for you to get that COVID test by way of PCR. But yes, please come down to home care.
Good. Thank you for that information, Karen. Karen, and also a minute ago, you mentioned Independence Day celebration. Actually, we've got a little bit more of Independence Day that you're going to announce right now to some of the independent living residents.
And I think the independent residents will be very, very happy about this. Effective today, no longer do you need to do check-ins at the screening station. But I say that, but your independent contractors, those housekeepers or bookkeepers, maybe a private duty person, any contracted vendor that you have, we ask that they still be screened. If you plan on going to any of the regulated areas, such as Smith Care Center, the assisted living, or memory care, you must be screened going into that. But coming into the independent side, our independent resident only, you need to have fun and no, you don't need to be screened anymore.
Also, continue along that theme, what about the Wellness Center?
The Wellness Center, you no longer need to make reservations for that. I know Summer's really excited to have everybody back down there, and we're looking forward to that. Now, our team members, you do need to make those reservations.
And what I want to do is also come back and make sure people read the splash, particularly on that third page, because it does give a little bit more information that Summer did want us to pass on. But just being able to move with more freedom across campus is so important. And as soon as we get more relief, you know, by the CDC, by the Department of Health, and we're able to do more relaxing of this in our regulated areas, Smith Care Center, assisted living, we'll be sure and inform you of those changes, and they're coming.
It's very exciting news to share that again, we're going back to our new normal without the screening for our independent residents. Again, our regulated areas, it's going to take a little bit longer for them to have those same parameters, but I have a feeling it's coming too.
Well, Karen, thank you very much. I think we provided a lot of good information. I know that because these questions are coming right directly from our residents, and I'm just pleased that we can use this format to respond to them. So Karen, we're not donning our masks, so what are you going to say now?
I think I'm going to say stay safe, stay well.
And I guess I'll add stay tuned for our next edition of Harbor View, which will be shown next week. Thank you very much for your ongoing support.